those employment lines because they're supposedly overrepresented in tech. This is not just in schools. It's not just in left-wing congressional offices. This ideology, critical race theory, is starting to eat through your company's HR departments. It has to result in lawsuits because this is an open and shut case. I don't need to tell you, this is a kind of textbook racial discrimination. It has to be stopped.
Yeah, this is gonna be a class action lawsuit. I mean, these companies gotta pay punitive damages. This has got to be an ugly payout on their part for doing what they're doing to this country. Chris, you're invaluable reporting. Thank you. And that's issues like this that we just discussed that I think are invigorating Republicans ahead of the midterms. Democrats down of our schools. It's up to us. Don't be mean to pedophiles.
Favorite restaurant meals, right?
20 more seconds. Just to tease you. That's awesome. This is like the best. This is the best night ever. So what do you?
Like my adopted sister. All my sisters.
What little
take
things
great
do you
pride
have on
in
your
annoying me.
tie? What are those little figurines on your tie?
That would
Do you
be
even
called
know
the
what you're
American-
wearing?
Yeah, that would be called the American flag.
All right, I'm taking my 20 seconds back. Okay, no script.
Oh, wait,
I'm getting to these issues.
That is the American flag.
Okay, it
holding
doesn't
up.
look like it. That's
Man, this shit's gotta fucking stop.
All
Would you
right,
like
Chinese.
this? A Chinese man.
Yeah, we're out. The 20
man,
seconds is
that's
gone.
cold.
I'm just kidding. All right,
You know
great
what I
show,
have to say?
Hannity.
I'm going to say good night.
All right, good.
There you go.
That's it. Oh, wow. Well, look out, Tom Jones. I'm going to from Washington tonight.
This just gotta fucking stop, man.
He's going to join me right here on set to explain the Republicans' new commitment to America. But first, reading, writing, and radicalism.
This just gotta fucking stop. They're fucked up.
Mother, it is a minefield for parents out there. Now, too often the very people whom you're supposed to be able to trust to teach your sons and daughters are the ones you can trust the least. Like this lovely teacher, a woman named Amber Parker, who was just fired from Franklin High School in El Paso, Texas. Come on, forget math and science. Her message to students recently was, don't be mean to pedophiles.
Stop it. Yeah. We're not going to call them that. We're going to call them MAPs. No. Minor attractive persons.
No.
So don't judge people just because they want to have sex with a 5-year-old.
If you wonder why your kids come home questioning your family's values and beliefs, it's because of so-called educators like Ms. Parker. Now, in that push to normalize deviancy, she's doing her best
Vegas
to
Strip
advance
Gentlemen's Club.
her goal, which is
Firekeepers Casino Firekeepers Casino Hotel, Vegas Strip Gentlemen's Heartbeats, Little Darlings, Deja Vu, Kalamazoo.
Bottom line, if you're a devout Christian, Muslim, or a Jew, then they think you're hateful and they want to convince your kids to hate you. In New Jersey, second graders are now being forced to learn about gender identity starting this semester. New guidelines include
Watch this
a
shit.
range of ways that people express their gender and how gender role stereotypes may limit behavior. Of course, when parents object to that, as most normal parents should, they're attacked by unions as dangerous extremists.
When extremists start attacking our schools to drive a wedge between us, we take it personally. People who only want to fight and argue to score political points
I'm just
should take that somewhere else.
America's fucked up.
Okay.
Fuck.
Translation. You people
Where the big booty bitches at?
sit down and shut up or move out of state. So much for diversity, equity, and inclusion. All these people stand for is exclusion. Republicans.
Where the girl woman at? Where's the girl woman at? Where the big girls at? Where the big girls
But
at?
despite parents' strenuous objections, Democrat Governor Phil Murphy greenlit this new sexualized education standards that are being implemented, as I said, right now.
You gotta fuck with me as this bitch.
7th District, interesting stuff happening there. Tom Keene Jr., Republican, is trying to unseat incumbent Democrat Tom Malinowski, hitting his both inflationary record and the
Shut up.
radicalization of the school curricula issue.
Gender identity education as young as first grade. Exposure to pornography as young as second grade. Parents rightfully were angry at these standards and stood up across New Jersey, Republicans and Democrats alike, to make sure that their kids have the education, the core curriculum education that they deserve.
And they need. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin, he was just on with me last week on set, he won, remember, last November in large part due to this issue. And Republicans across America need to remember how crucial parent power is at the polls. And that means in states like Wisconsin, where they start sexualizing their kids in school very early. Recommended reading for a gender-expansive preschool curricula include Jacob's New Dress, My Princess Boy, and Julian is a Mermaid. Yay. In Michigan, one education official is
Michigan.
the notion that a child can question his or her gender while still potty training.
Kids have a sense of their gender identity between the ages of 3 and 5. So about the time that kids have language, they can start to share with us whether they're a boy or a girl. Usually those are the only things that they will identify as.
Can you take that off
the options
speakerphone?
Given them.
I just missed you today.
Yeah, I was coming home and I seen you guys.
Mothers and fathers
I
were
walked.
shocked.
Take that.
And I
Hurry up.
Going
The
around the
state
block.
Department of
Hit
Health and
record on
Welfare
that, Chris.
is implementing
I will.
I went around the block to try to
endorsed
catch
by
you
Planned
outside when
Parenthood.
I come back around.
And the training materials for this comes from a left-wing group with an innocuous name.
Where the big booty bitches at?
Training
Where the big girls at?
And that
Where the girl woman?
the queering of education and normalizing
Shut the fuck up.
of pornography. Check out one of the instructional videos for teaching porn literacy.
Critical thinking skills are the
Fuck you,
component
bitch.
of porn literacy.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. Whack ass, fuck you, bitch. Pimp C, bitch. Smoke some, bitch.
And create fantasy, right?
You funny. Bend your ass over, touch your toes like a bitch is supposed.
They advocate cartoon porn.
Fucking whack it, fucking stupid.
So big. I never knew it could be so huge.
Jesus
What are you looking at?
Christ.
And of course, then there's the handy tips to students about how to hide their
Man, why don't you put Pepsi in school, bitch?
That's part of the
Mike, turn it off speakerphone.
I find that when I've normalized watching porn and being curious, students are
Go watch Pimp C, YouTube.
They're also building trust with me.
Be a pimp.
Okay, if they have watched porn.
Pimpulation, not simpulation.
If they have thought about porn. I always make sure to say someone being
Man, this shit gotta fucking stop. Help. This bitch crazy. She gonna get me help.
Special thanks to the Idaho Freedom Foundation and the Center for American Education for publishing these videos.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Idaho schools. So over the years, right under parents' noses, these deviant organizations.
It's too late, ho.
culture and into our schools.
Bend your ass over, touch your toes like you're supposed to.
Contracts to flood our schools with the values that are directly at odds with what most parents are teaching their children at home.
Where the big girls at? Where the grown woman at, you fucking weirdo?
School board members and Democrat legislators and governors. The goal of America's education establishment is not to prepare your children to be productive citizens. It's to propagandize to them to be left-wing activists.
Shut up.
The old norms, God, family, and country, they haven't been just kicked to the schoolhouse curb. They've been labeled as extremist and even fascist by Democrats and their allies. But parents, especially moms, I'm here to tell you tonight that I'm with you in this fight.
You grow up.
We need to be warriors to protect the innocence of our children. That means demanding that the schools that we fund with our tax dollars teach what we know our children need to know. Math, science, reading, writing.
You see this shit?
Trend is in fashion.
This shit gotta fucking stop.
Not climate change activism, not racial grievance. This election in November, it's not just a referendum on the economy and crime. Obviously, those are critically important, but also on the Democrats' domination of our schools. It's up to us to stop these menaces from damaging our children. Enough is enough, and that's the angle.
Enough is enough, bitch.
Someone who has worked tirelessly to uncover things like this, Chris Rufo, Manhattan Institute.
Chris Rufo.
Chris, we're about to speak with Kevin McCarthy about this. You brought us that Michigan education official. It seems like people have forgotten that this fight is still going on, and in swing states, shouldn't this be a bigger issue to politicians, frankly, independents, politicians of all parties? This is common sense.
That's right, but what we saw last year was really an awakening from parents on critical race theory. And parents were going, they were protesting at school board meetings, but the problem